Hi, I'm Faith, Chief Chaos Officer at the Bookmark Bulletin. My qualifications: 20 plus years of literary consumption. I love reading books, I love talking about books, and most of all, I love telling people what books they should read. My favorite book? Can I just say all of them? I love thrillers, the twistier the better, historical fiction, and romance. Usually historical, but I have a newfound appreciation for contemporary romance. Thanks, Girl Meets Grump. As someone raised on Lord of the Rings and Narnia, I am a little bit of a fantasy snob, but I'm attempting to work up the courage to read Fourth Wing. All waffling aside, today we're going to talk about a couple of my favorite book series: Freedom's Holy Light by Sally Leahy and Diana Crawford, and The O'Malley Family Chronicles by Dee Henderson. What do these two series have in common? I am absolutely obsessed with both, and today I'm going to tell you all about them. Welcome to Spill the Ink with the Bookmark Bulletin, your favorite corner of the internet where books don't just sit pretty on shelves, they practically jump off those shelves with stories to spill. I'm Faith, your caffeine-fueled curator of chaotic reads, bizarre plot twists, and the occasional literary meltdown. From forgotten paperbacks to hyped-up hardcovers, I'll be dissecting pages with questionable opinions, wild theories, and an unapologetic love for the smell of old books. So grab your beverage of choice, maybe a highlighter you'll never use, and let's dive into today's bookish mayhem. In all fairness, there are a few more similarities between the two series. Both are some flavor of inspirational romance, and both follow groups of siblings as they fall in love. But that's about where the similarities end, unless I come up with more while I'm talking. Starting with Freedom's Holy Light. This historical romance series is set during the American Revolution and follows the Haynes siblings and several of their revolutionary friends as they stand against the British, spy for the British in one case, and fall in love. We watch them transform from postwriter to preacher, from smuggler to pioneer, even from loyalist to patriot. Maybe it's because I've read the series so many times, but it is such a comfort read for me. I think my favorite book in the series has to be book 3, The Tempering Blaze. Yancey and Felicia both have such colorful personalities that you can't help but laugh at them. The O'Malley Family Chronicles are almost the same idea, different font. It's romantic suspense with a heaping side dish of found family. Kate, Marcus, Lisa, Jack, Rachel, and Stephen, and Jennifer met in foster care, a group home for foster kids, and made their own family, legally changing their names to O'Malley once they turned 18. They all have demanding careers helping others, but still manage to be there for each other. So, Kate is a hostage negotiator. Her love interest, Dave, is an FBI agent. Marcus from book 2 is a U.S. Marshal, and his love interest, Sherry, is a political speechwriter and aspiring politician. Book 3, Lisa, is a forensic pathologist, and her love interest, Quinn, is also a U.S. Marshal and her brother Marcus's partner. Book 4, Jack, is a firefighter, and his love interest, Cassie, is also a firefighter. So, like, lots and lots of high powered jobs. Um, Book 5, Rachel, she's a trauma psychologist for children, and her love interest, Cole, is a detective. Um, Book 6, Stephen, is he's a paramedic. Not sure what his love interest does. We'll get to that in a minute. And then Jennifer, who has a novella in the series that I haven't had a chance to read yet, but doesn't have her own full length book. She is a pediatrician, and her love interest, Tom, is also a pediatrician. I think maybe a pediatric surgeon. So very high powered jobs. They live all over the country, but they all manage to step in and out of each other's lives and love on each other and support each other. And it's just amazing. Each book documents both the main character's journey to Christ and them finding love while also tracking some criminal, solving some mystery. It might sound like a lot, but it's actually not overwhelming to read. And it isn't preachy either, which is nice. Full disclosure, I've read the first 3 books multiple times. I think I've read the 4th book twice, and I've only read the 5th book once. I still have not managed to finish the 6th book. I broke down crying at the end of the 5th book because it gets really sad, and haven't managed to pick it back up to read book 6. So I fully plan on doing that by the end of the year at least, hopefully sooner than that. Reading slump, which we'll get to in a couple episodes. Maybe the next episode. I don't remember. I actually don't think I came up with more similarities while I was talking between the two series. The series were published a few years apart, and the stories of the characters in Freedom's Holy Light overlap way more than the O'Malley stories do. In Freedom's Holy Light, some of the characters' love stories start in other characters' books and then carry through. Some of the side characters' stories are across multiple books, um, but it's so good. Also, as with most romantic suspense, the O'Malley Family Chronicles would need way more trigger warnings. That being said, I heartily recommend both series. Not many books get a reread from me, and both of these do. Frequently. Possibly obsessively. There's also some of the only books that make me both laugh out loud and cry consistently. Like, I bawled my eyes out at the end of book 5 of the O'Malley Family Chronicles. And I still heartily recommend reading them. It is totally worth it to have to cry your eyes out. Like I said at the beginning, I love telling people what to read. So if you're looking for book recommendations for yourself or your kids, feel free to message me on Facebook or Instagram or fill out the form that's linked in the description, and I'm happy to put together a curated list of recommendations for you. And that's a wrap on this chapter. If your TBR pile isn't teetering yet, have I even done my job? Hit that like button like a plot twist you didn't see coming. Subscribe for more literary shenanigans. And remember, T is for scandals, ink is for comfort reads. Spill accordingly. Stay curious, stay quirky, and we'll see you between the lines.